I think North Carolina right now, more than anything, has a messaging problem. The reason I say that, Hubert Davis has coached 6 games ever, and yet he's at one of the top 5 programs in the country. This was always going to be a process. This is not a, hey, he's going to coach for 2 months and everything's going to be perfect. Never going to happen. A lot of people thought that was going to be the case. It was not ever going to happen. It's too difficult of a job to learn on the job. But yet, it hasn't been shared that way. Hubert Davis, he elected not to sit down with the local media beat this offseason. Everybody asked him for interviews. We never got them. And that's everybody. But that's the N&O, Tar Heel Illustrated, us. He just didn't want to do it. He wanted to focus on recruiting. Now, he did national interviews, right? Fine. However he wants to do it. We didn't have the opportunity to ask him a lot of these questions about how are you going to handle these situations when this stuff pops up. And all we've really gotten from him is that he has, like he said the other night, he still thinks this team can be a national championship team. He still thinks Dawson Garcia is probably the best defensive big man in the country. Brady Manick may be the best outside shooting big man in the country. That may be true. But we've heard a lot of these things without getting the specifics of what's going on. I think a much better approach has been like, hey, guys, look, Roy Williams wanted Hubert Davis to follow him. We're going to let Roy Williams have his moment. I mean, he's got great influence. He's done a lot of great things for the program. He comes in, kind of says, look, this is who I want to follow. This is who I think is a great next option for the program. But with that comes a very difficult period where he's got to get used to the job. And so during that process, you have the conversations. Hey, I'm going to be very forthcoming with the media. And the reason I'm doing that is because the North Carolina fan base is very intelligent. The North Carolina fan base travels very well. The reason why is you go back to Frank McGuire back in the 50s and even before then. A lot of hardcore fans from back then, they teach their kids about it. They teach their kids about it. It's a generational thing. I have covered North Carolina basketball all over this country for a very long time. And everywhere I go, guess what? North Carolina fans show up. It is a passionate fan base. They understand basketball. They know what Carolina basketball looks like. So be upfront with them. Be honest with them. Say, look, this is going to be an ordeal. We're just going to have to work through it. But I am the person for this program. These are some of the issues we're dealing with. We're going to have to get through them. It's going to be a rough patch here or there. But this is where we're going. This is how we're going to get there. We just have not gotten any of that. And so what's left is we get all these generalities, all these, asking specifically what he needed to fix on defense after that Tennessee game. And he said, well, we just need to fix everything. Okay, but that doesn't really tell us anything. And so I think more than anything, it's a messaging issue.
My God, look, he's enraged, Greg Barnes. I mean, that was as fired up as I've ever seen Greg in my entire life.
And I'm ready to pass the hat and sing amen in the background.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.